In the beginning, the world was nothing but darkness. Then, God spoke. Let there be light, and light burst into being. God separated the light from the darkness, naming the light day and the dark night. Evening gave way to morning on the first day. God spoke again. Let there be an expanse in the midst of the waters, and let it separate the waters above from the waters below. At his command, a boundless blue sky, which God named the heavens, stretched like a canopy above the waters below. Evening gave way to morning on the second day. God spoke again. Let the waters under the heavens be gathered together into one place, and let the dry land appear. Mountains raised their heads above the surface toward the sky. Cliffs stuck their chests out over the water, letting the waves crash against their feet. God named the land earth and the gathered waters seas. But the earth was bare, so God clothed it with life. Swaying grasses, blooming flowers, fruit-laden trees, filling the earth with vibrancy and color. God saw what he had made and called it good. Evening gave way to morning on the third day. God spoke again. Let there be lights in the expanse of the heavens to separate the day from the night. The sound of his voice launched hundreds of billions of galaxies into space. God crowned the sun to reign over the day and the moon to govern the night. And like a symphony conductor, he set them in motion with a rhythm to mark seasons, days, and years. God saw what he had made and called it good. Evening gave way to morning on the fourth day. God spoke again. Let the waters swarm with swarms of living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth across the expanse of heavens. Eagles soared. Whales breached. And the seas and skies made room for the first creatures in the world God had made. Evening gave way to morning on the fifth day. God spoke once again. Let the earth bring forth living creatures, feet of every size and shape. Paws, hooves, and claws made their first impressions in the dirt. This too he called good. Yet someone was missing. Let us make man in our image, he said, after our likeness. And so he made humans, male and female. Like princes granted dominion by a great king, he blessed them with a glorious responsibility, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth and subdue it." God stepped back, looked over all he had made, and saw that it was very, very good. Evening gave way to morning on the sixth day. On the seventh day, God rested, not from weariness, but in satisfaction. His work was complete, whole, lacking nothing. He delighted in it. He blessed the seventh day and set it apart as holy, a day of rest and worship. By his word, the God who speaks created all things, those we can see and those hidden from our eyes. This word still reverberates through all he has made, holding every atom together, each marked with the fingerprint of God.
That was a different opening for Sunday School Junkie this week. That was a dramatization of Genesis 1 by Childlike Media, and we'll link their channel in the show notes. It's at youtube.com/Childlike Media. Go check out their stuff. It's pretty cool.
God spoke. That phrase just keeps repeating.
Yeah, it wasn't that God assembled or God constructed or God experimented, but he spoke.
And light existed. Oceans formed. Galaxies launched.
Creation happened through words. The first thing we learn about God in Scripture is not just that he is powerful, but that his words are powerful. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God. So, last episode, we talked about words matter with Brother Bradshaw. Today, I say tonight because we're recording this late at night on Monday before it comes out on Tuesday morning. So you're getting a fresh episode. It's not been in the hopper for a couple of weeks like I like to do. But yeah, so last episode was Words Matter with Chris Bradshaw, and he did an awesome job talking about why words matter and how words matter. And tonight we're going to carry on that conversation, myself and the brains of the whole outfit, Sister Pelletier. So welcome, Sister Kimberly Pelletier.
Hello.
All right.
I don't know about the brains part.
Oh, I do. This one thing I know. Sister Pelletier is the brains of the outfit. Mm-mm. Yeah, that's a scripture. It's in James. It's in the book of James, I promise. All right, let's get into it. In Genesis 1:26 says something pretty cool. It says, "And God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth."
We are image bearers of a God who speaks.
Yeah, we don't create galaxies, but we create environments.
Or atmosphere, culture, momentum with our words.
Yeah, with words. It doesn't stop in Genesis. The Bible actually keeps driving this concept home over and over and over and over again.
Proverbs 18:21, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof."
That's good. Death and life. Death and life. That's atmosphere. Either a dead atmosphere or an atmosphere that's charged and teeming with life.
Words cultivate or grow. If you speak long enough in one direction, you create something in that direction.
Right, yeah. James 3:5 says, "Even so the tongue is a little member that boasteth great things. Behold, how great a matter of I can speak. How great a matter a little fire kindleth."
Kindleth. A spark. A spark can change an entire forest. Fire spreads, so does tone.
Right. Yep.
Tone will spread. One sentence can shift a whole room.
Yeah, atmosphere.
Yep, that's atmosphere.
Yeah, atmosphere. So, and it doesn't stop there. Words don't just create atmosphere, but they move things. Like Mark 11:23, "For verily I say unto you, that whosoever shall say unto this mountain, Be thou removed, and be thou cast into the sea, and shall not doubt in his heart, but shall believe that those things which he saith shall come to pass, he shall have whatsoever he saith."
Jesus doesn't say, "Think at the mountain, send
Right.
your thoughts."
Send your thoughts. He says, speak to it. Speak to it.
Words direct movement.
Yeah. And then we'll keep going. Proverbs 12:18. "There is that speaketh like the piercings of a sword, but the tongue of the wise is health."
A sword, usually a sword is used to move toward damage.
Right.
And health moves toward restoration. Same with the mouth, different direction.
Right. Yeah. Words can push momentum one way or the other.
Good or bad.
Right. And then Scripture goes even deeper. Words don't just create atmosphere, and they don't just move things, but they really decide who you're going to be, or identity. Matthew 15:11, "Not that which goeth into the mouth defileth a man, but that which cometh out of the mouth, this defileth a man."
What comes out matters because it reveals what's in.
And Ephesians 4:29 says, "Let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to the use of edifying, that it may minister grace unto the hearers. Edifying means building up. That's creation language again.
Words don't just express something, they build something. We're told here to edify or build up, not tear down.
Yeah. So when we say words matter, we're not talking about being polished and just all shiny and stuff. We're talking about being intentional.
Atmosphere, movement, identity. That's what Scripture keeps pointing to.
Yeah. That's our key words today, I guess. Atmosphere.
Atmosphere.
Movement, identity. So if God creates with words and we are made in His image, and Scripture keeps pointing this out over and over and over again that words are important.
Then it's important.
Right. Right.
It's not just small.
Yeah. And it's not just about being nice and polite when we're talking to people.
It's about what we're building.
What we're building. Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's, this episode's not going to have a bunch of background music and all that stuff, but I like to throw that in when I get the time. But let's dive into this episode's twist. We're still going to play the game, the twist. What are we going to call this week's twist?
We're calling it Last Sunday.
Last Sunday. Okay. All right. Now, you guys out there listening, you're going to have to play along with us. This is going to be like a choose your own adventure Mad Lib style game. I don't know how much of this you've looked through, Kimberly.
I have, but I don't remember.
Okay. Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to reconstruct Last Sunday, and we'll basically give a sentence, and then we'll give a couple options of words that they can fill in. And the audience gets to choose the words. Obviously, we can't hear them. They can send it to us in the chat, or they can email us and text me or whatever. But they get to choose the words. We'll give a couple options.
Okay, and feel free to say your answers out loud so everyone hears you if you dare.
That'd be great. You're driving down the highway. We're not singing along with each other because you don't want to hear that. But you can shout out your answers. So you can use the right one, or you could use like the real one. You know what I mean? Like the right answer that you're supposed to
What you're
give,
supposed to say.
or what really happened last Sunday. That's
Okay,
up to
let's see what kind of Sunday you built.
All right. Here we go. The first sentence. Last Sunday, we walked into a classroom that felt
A, wild.
Or B,
Alive.
alive.
Okay, if you picked wild, buckle up.
Yeah. And if you picked alive, I'm pretty optimistic already, okay? All right.
Okay, the kids were
A, loud.
or B, passionate.
Ooh. Yeah. One of those makes you reach for the aspirin, the Tylenol, the migraine pill. And the other, I don't know, you might get ready to do a fire object lesson or something. That's what passionate is. All right. The teacher was
A, overwhelmed.
or be focused. They were focused.
We had some overwhelmed.
No, they were focused. You heard somebody out in the audience say overwhelmed? You weren't in Sunday school this weekend.
No, but I saw the nervousness beforehand.
Oh, they did great.
They did do great.
Okay. Next round.
When it was time to switch activities, it felt
A, chaotic.
or B, unclear.
Wait a minute. Are those good?
They both sound similar to me.
They do. All right. What were the words that you guys used? I don't know about that. It felt chaotic or unclear. Oh, no. Yeah, we got to put a C option in there. It felt smooth.
Yeah.
Smooth.
Smooth and no dead space. That's our big thing.
No dead space.
No dead space.
All right. Billy got out of line and the teacher's assistant said, A,
What is wrong with you?
or B,
Try that again with the right choice, please.
oh, you're so
I
polite.
added a please in there.
Wow, that's so polite. The object lesson. Okay, go ahead with this
Then
one.
it was time for the object lesson. The teacher said,
A, this probably ain't going to work.
B, watch this. Or you could be like mine where I said, watch this. Watch this some more. Watch this some more. It's going to happen.
Eyes.
Watch this.
It happened.
It happened, but it took a while.
Okay, that was weeks ago. We're not supposed to. We're just doing last Sunday.
Oh, we're not
Last
supposed
Sunday.
to contribute.
Not every Sunday, last Sunday. All right. So yeah, you can see how those you can set your expectation a little different based on the words you use on that one. All right, class ended, and as the parents were picking up the kids, the kids, A,
Lingered,
or B,
bolted.
bolted for the door. The Great Escape. All right. Last round, I think. Walking out to the parking lot, we said,
A, I don't know why I do this.
or B,
This is why I do this.
this is why I do this. That's good stuff. Let's see. Okay. Let's just, I want to run through the top of that and how would that sound? I'm just gonna go through. So it would say, last Sunday we walked into a classroom that felt wild. The kids were passionate. The teacher was focused. When it was time to switch activities, it felt smooth. Billy got out of line and the teacher's assistant said, try that again with the right choice, please. Please with sugar on top. Don't beg the kids, y'all. Then it was time for the object lesson. The teacher said, watch this. Class ended, and as the parents were picking up, the kids lingered. And walking out to the parking lot, we said, this is why
we
I
do this.
Yeah. Hey, there you go. We just gave you all the right answers. Anyhow, nothing about the kids changed. Nothing about the noise changed. But the story changes based on what words we put into it.
And the story changed because the words changed. Here's the real question. What if you use the same template for next Sunday?
Next Sunday. If last Sunday wasn't what you dreamed of, then let's make last Sunday the last Sunday like that.
Before the kids even walk in, pick your words. Choose wisely because they'll pick the atmosphere, and the atmosphere will shape the story.
Yeah, pick your words. That's good. So here's where this gets real.
Because it's easy to talk about this in theory.
Yeah, and I had a moment fairly recently, just not too long ago, that it really made me laugh, but it also made me think. And that's actually where I think we got this. I got this really idea that I want to do this episode. And so we have these door decorating contests when we switch themes. And so our teachers go all out. And some of them, they don't just decorate the door, but they build around it. So it's like they branch into the hallway and they create an entire atmosphere in the hallway, decorating their door. And we'll have like a different theme like we did. Superheroes was actually like the last one, right? Superheroes of Faith, based on the curriculum. And
yeah, they really go all out.
Yeah, they do.
Stuff everywhere.
And so the kindergarten room did Noah. Noah was their hero that they wanted to portray. And so they did Noah's Ark, and they built an ark on the wall, around the door, animals, waves, color. It was really great. It was great. I loved it. And at this moment that we're talking about, it was literally my second favorite door in the hallway. The toddler room, I think, was my first favorite at the time. And so...
Yeah. And that's saying something because he likes all of them.
Yeah,
This one's my favorite. Oh no, this one's my favorite too.
it gets hard to pick. But at this moment, that was my second favorite door. And the only issue with it was that they used
Tape.
packing tape to hold parts of it up. And the only thing I hate, well, anyhow, I'll probably get to that here in a second, but the tape didn't really look great. It wasn't holding up well, and so we just needed a cleaner
Yeah, there was a new
solution.
piece on the ground every time you went in the hallway.
Yeah, you had to pick it up.
And reattach it.
Yeah. So I stepped in. I told the teachers how much I love their door, and I did. I love their door, and I asked if they could look at a better way to secure it. You know, it was a positive thing. It was really like a, hey, I love your door. Can we do something other than the tape though? And as I walked out into the hallway, I had stepped out for just a moment or whatever, and I heard the teacher saying, she was laughing, she was nice. She said, Brother P just said he hates our door, but he did it in a really nice way.
I think I heard it too.
It was funny.
We were all giggling, laughing about it.
Yeah. And it wasn't, like, it wasn't said in a hurt way at all. Like, it really was funny. But, and here's the thing, I really love their door. And my intent was to appreciate their door and just kind of, this is the one thing that if we could do better, different, just a little refinement on there. And, but it was heard as a critique, and that's not really what I meant.
No.
Yeah.
Same words, different landing.
Yeah.
Have you ever had those ones where it's the same phrase, but how you say it totally change it, or what word you stress totally changes
how you emphasize.
Totally changes the phrase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And words don't just, land based on where they're being sent. It's really how it's being received. Mm-hmm. That's kind of the important thing about how we talk to folks. It's all about how they're receiving it.
Yeah, their history, their effort, their insecurity, their pride in what they built.
Right.
It all affects how they hear it.
Yeah. And the best part is they redid the tape, and I think they used staples to redo it. And that's like the one thing I hate more than tape. But how are you going to get it to stick without tape or staples? I don't know. I don't have the answer. But the door went from really my second favorite pretty cool door to absolutely incredible.
Yeah, because she added stuff to it too.
Yeah, she went to a whole nother
She
level.
did a real fancy rainbow.
Yeah, the rainbow was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
She got those little animal decals that was like a cling thing that stuck to the wall without like sticking to the paint for however they do it. Mm-hmm. It was just amazing. And again, nothing was like, it wasn't drama, it wasn't hurt, It could have been, I guess, if it wasn't received right or whatever, but it reminded me how careful we've got to be, because I did not hate that door in any kind of way. I loved it. But if somebody hears you hate this, even in as a joke or whatever, it can stick differently than this is amazing. Let's make it even better.
Yeah, and an intent and impact are not the same thing.
Right. Yeah, not at all. And when we're leaders, teachers, parents, volunteers, whatever we're doing, we've got to be aware of both the intent and the impact of what we're saying.
Yeah. How are we saying it?
Right.
So let's be clear about something. This isn't about walking on eggshells, being careful of every little thing you say and do.
Yeah, and it's not about pretending everything is awesome and
right.
rainbows when it's not.
And it's not about lowering standards. God didn't speak chaos and call it light. He spoke light, and light was.
Light was, yeah. But it is about awareness, because whether we realize it or not, we're building something. Every single time we speak, we are creating something.
Atmosphere.
Oh, yeah.
Direction.
There you go.
Identity.
That's biblical, right? That's what we've been talking about. Yeah. Genesis says, back to the creation story, and God saw that it was good. He spoke it, he shaped it, and then he stepped back and he evaluated.
And that should be the pattern for us. Speak, shape, step back, and evaluate.
Yeah.
What did my words build today?
Yeah, so again, if last Sunday wasn't what you dreamt of, then let's make last Sunday the last Sunday like that.
Before the kids walk in next week, before the volunteers show up, before the object lesson begins, choose your words, because they'll choose your atmosphere.
And your atmosphere will shape the story. And the story will shape the culture. And the culture is what lasts. Because
words matter.
That's it for this episode of the Sunday School Junkie. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like, subscribe, comment, do all those things, but most importantly, share it with someone in kids ministry. Let's build a community of passionate teachers who are reaching this next generation. And if you're looking for more great children's ministry resources, I highly recommend checking out the Apostolic Podcast Network for even more amazing content. Till next time, keep loving, keep teaching, keep making a difference.